Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Lady Beauty. Today we are getting into a quick get ready with me using some products I recently picked up during the Sephora savings event. I'm super excited to be sitting down and using these products for the first time with you in today's video. So if you're new here, my name is Melissa. I go by the name Lady Beauty online. If you are a lover of all things beauty, luxury, and lifestyle, then be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into today's Get Ready With Me. So super excited to be filming today. The star of today's show is going to be this product from Milk Makeup, and this is their Hydro Grip Gel Tint. I was super excited to pick this up, and this was one of the things that I really wanted the most because I had just seen how everybody was raving about this. And some of my friends also who have used this told me how amazing it was. So I thought during the savings event where I could save 20% would have been the perfect time to pick it up. I picked up the shade 12. So what is this? This is a long wear gel skin tint with hydrating hyaluronic acid and gripping blue agave extract for breathable, light coverage with a naturally dewy finish. Now, I am not typically a dewy finish kind of girl, but I heard so many good things about the product, and I believe they are using their Hydro Grip from their primer. Now, I have tried the primer. I didn't really use it for a long period of time to have an opinion on it. So this is the same technology that's in this. So this retails for $36. It's part of the clean, at Sephora. It's vegan, it's non-comedogenic, it's long wearing. It has niacinamide. It's supposed to be a 12-hour hydrating gel skin tint with triple powered hyaluronic acid. So it says hyaluronic, so that's what that is. It's buildable. It's light to medium coverage, and it has a naturally dewy finish. It's pretty interesting because the consistency of it is gel. So super excited to try this out. $36, not too bad. You are getting, let me see, how many ounces? 1 ounce. So that's what you're getting with your $36. The packaging is super neat. Like, Milk is just always innovative with their packaging. Very simple. It also has the Milk logo right here on the tip of the product, so you can see it right there. And then it is squeeze tube, which I love. So all of the skin tints that I have used recently, they all have that where it's just easy to apply. Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right into this. All right, so I already went in with my primer, and I just sometimes like to just put the product directly on my skin like this. I thought that this shade was going to be the best. I did not go into the store to like get color matched or anything. I just looked at based off of what I typically wear, and then that was how I decided what shade I felt like will work for me best. And even though it's light coverage, the consistency of this is pretty thick. So I feel like I could get a decent amount of coverage in this. Now, I would say the one thing that I already like picked up from this that, isn't like a deal breaker for me, but if I'm gonna wear a skin tint, I really like it to have SPF in it to give me some form of protection, but that's not a big deal because I I try my best to wear sunscreen. So this is what it looks like. I am going to blend that out. So I probably can speed through this so you don't have to see. Giving coverage, guys. Look at that. Now, I don't need a lot of coverage personally. I don't have a lot of dark spots. I don't have a lot that I am like trying to cover up. So mainly, I just like to just even out my skin. So coverage is not always gonna be a deal breaker for me or like a priority for me, just because I don't really have a lot going on like with my skin that I am looking for, you know, specifically looking for coverage. So there we go, just kind of blending out. Now I feel like the color is okay, maybe. I don't feel like I could go any lighter because it would maybe be too light. But I like it so far. All right, I did not pick up any new concealer or anything from the Sephora haul. So I will come back when I have finished my concealer and set my product on my face. Because even though that I'm testing this out, I wouldn't wear it without setting it. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna do it as if I was doing it to wear it for the day, which I have a couple things to do today, so perfect. All right, so during the savings event, I picked up, I guess Haus Labs must have reformulated their bronzers. I still do. I have the first bronzers that they had came out with when the brand first launched. Not even sure where that bronzer is, but I did have that bronzer and it was okay. It wasn't something that I was reaching for all the time. So during the event, they came out with new bronzers. So this is the Power Sculpt Velvet Talc-Free Powder Bronzer. These retailed for $38. What do they claim? They claim to have hyaluronic acid, long-wearing, non-comedogenic, vegan, and it's a pressed powder formula. So this is a non-comedogenic talc-free bronzer with fermented arnica and squalene that seamlessly blend and blurs while adding natural warmth with up to 12 hours of wear. So I picked up two shades. One of them, I believe, was leaning a little bit more red, and then the other one was a little bit more natural. So just from the color in the box, you can see I picked up, I don't know, Jatoba Sun, which is the deep, and I picked up Redwood, which is medium deep. I wasn't sure which one I was really going to, you know, be drawn more towards. I do think a nice red bronzer is perfect for the summertime to add the right amount of warmth. So we're gonna be looking at this together. So this one is the Jatoba Sun, and this is what it looks like. It has the Haus Labs H in there. This is the deep, and then let me grab and open up the Redwood, which I feel like is gonna be what I probably will like most for summer. And of course, it looks literally the same like the previous bronzers. So it has the embossed H for Haus Labs, and then once you open it, this is Redwood. And then this one is the, I don't know how you say it, Jatoba Sun. So there you go. I am going to swatch them for you. This is the deep shade. It, wow, feels very nice. So this is the deep shade right there. Almost feels like you can't really see it. Do you guys see that? I don't know. And then this one is going to be Redwood. It is so buttery. All right, so I think I kind of did a better swatch with that one. So there you go. You can see one has more of a red tint to it, and then the other one just looks like a natural bronzer. I don't know. Ooh. They're actually, as I look at it here, they both have a little bit of red to it, but this one definitely leans more red. And then this one, which is the deep, it has just a little bit more depth to it. That's the deep, and then that's Redwood. Okay, I don't know which one to use. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think I'm going to use Redwood because it's summertime. Not really, but I feel like I will like this a little bit better. I just feel like it does a really good job of adding a lot of warmth. So I have my bronzer brush, and this seems like it is very pigmented. So let's see. And I did go in and set my face. What if I did both? Like I did one on one side and then one on the other side? Ooh, this is nice. What do you guys think? That's redwood. I'm gonna take it up onto my forehead area. So here is where I can see that redness and that real nice warmth to the skin. I feel like I could have done the other color right here and then just focus this one on my cheeks. So that is redwood. I want to see what it looks like on cameras. But to me, I can see it. And then you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go in with Jojoba Sun on the other side of my face. That's the best way. Compare. I knew I was going to like this one better. You know why I feel like I like this one better? Because it has so much more depth to it. Do you see that? And then this one, it just still nice. I like them. I like them both. We'll see. I'm definitely gonna put redwood in my crease for my in my crease, and I'm gonna use that color to go down my nose. So yeah, that's the bronzer, guys. Very cute. And then I'll be back once I finish putting the bronzer on the rest of my face. I'll be back to show you what blush I'm going to be using today. All right, so for today's blush, I am going to be using these new Soft Pinch Blush Matte Effect Cocoon. No, hold on. I'm going to be using the Soft Pinch Matte Bouncy Blush from Rare Beauty. I was on the fence about these blushes, but then again, I have her liquid blushes, but I never went into, I think she had some blush highlights or something, whatever. I haven't basically tried any of her new products. So the color I picked up was Worth. This is a cushiony cream to powder blush that glides onto skin for a weightless wash of velvety, long-lasting color. Now, I do believe Rare Beauty has amazing blushes for sure. The liquid blushes are definitely was worth it when they first came out and launched, but then I really rarely liked highlighters, so anything that she came out with the highlight, the blush light, I didn't really care for. So these retail for $27. There is 7 shades, and I picked up Worth. I think I also picked up Thriving, and I was on the fence about Alive and Grateful, and I kind of wanted Truth, but Truth is a color that I have so much. Like, I have so many other blushes in that color, so I really wanted Thriving, and I felt like I would have done well with Grateful or Alive, but I settled on Worth. When I went back to try to get Thriving, it was sold out forever, so I couldn't get it. And then so this is what it looks like. I love Rare Beauty, very simplistic. This is the package, Rare Beauty on the front. Again, this is the color Worth, and I feel like this is just like a nice everyday blush, easy to apply, and so yeah, that's what I am going to apply today. I have like 3 blush brushes right now that are dirty, so I don't want to use a dirty brush, so I just opened up a new brush, and let's test out Worthy. So it says that it's cream to powder. Ooh. And also, this is like summer, like, you know, If you are going for like a no makeup look, you really focus on your blush and your bronzer, right? So I feel like this is just going to be that it color for the summer. I like the color. It's nice, natural, just adds, for real, just adds a nice wash of color to the skin. And sometimes that's all you really need. You don't want to do too much with your blush. So let me go ahead and apply it to the other side, and then I will see what we're working with here. I definitely think I could probably use a different brush, and I would have gotten a better application and better payoff, but nonetheless, let me just go in here. No, I really like the color. I'm always looking for a nice everyday blush because I don't want to always go in with a bold color like for work. You know, sometimes you just want to have just a flush look of color. So this is what it looks like on. I am going to finish putting myself together, and then I will be back to give you my thoughts and show you the final look. Okay, so during the Sephora savings event, I picked up Glossier lip line. This is their enhancing lip pencil crayon. I think these were $18. I picked up the shade Nip. That's what we're going to be using today for my lip. And then I also picked up the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Oil. Oh my gosh, I have been wearing, I think it's called Raspberry Jam or something. And oh my God, that pink looks so good. So today I want to test out Fussy, and I'm going to use it with this lip liner. So let's see. Hold on. I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Went in with the Nippy liner, Nip liner. And I just did this lip oil from Fenty, and this is Fussy, and I have on the lip liner. Now, I forgot to set my foundation, well, my skin tint, whatever. So I also picked up the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Setting Spray. I picked that up as well. This has rind starch, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid. It's alcohol free, it's fragrance free. It says to shake the bottle well to mix formula. Whole spray 8 to 10 inches from face with eyes and mouth closed. Spray generously for buildable blur. The more you use, the more you blur. I like that. The more you use, the more you blur. Okay, so my ride or die setting spray has been the Makeup by Mario spray. So I love Huda. And I never really tried. Remember that first setting spray she had? I don't even remember what it's called, but I believe it was a mist, and I never really liked it that much. So I wanted to test this out. I also picked up the Anastasia setting spray as well. I've used that a couple times, but let's see. Let me just get a... Okay, so it's very misty. You guys saw the mist? I don't know. Did you... Yes, you saw that? Okay, so let me close my eyes and set. Why is it coming out so, like, I'm just used to it just being like one big, you know? So maybe I'm doing too much because I always do the most. I have a fan. Let me go get my fan, and then I'll be back to show you the final look, and then to talk through what my thoughts are. All right, so finished off everything, and this is the final look. So far, I've been walking around the house doing different things. So probably like an hour and a half or so. And so it still looks pretty fresh, right? It doesn't look, I don't have any breakdown anywhere. I don't have any cracks or anything. So hour and a half to 2 hours, still looking really, really good. So my thoughts on this Milk Hydro Grip Gel Tint. Now, I feel like this is definitely hydrating. It's breathable, like for real. It says breathable light coverage. It really is breathable. It really is light. Now, I wouldn't say the coverage is light. I feel like it is lightweight. It's breathable and it's lightweight. Literally feels like I have nothing on. So that's definitely good. So even if you were to build this up where you went in with, like 2 more pumps or extra pumps, it's not going to feel heavy on the face because it is definitely lightweight and it is breathable. It says that it's light coverage. I don't necessarily think that it's light coverage. Again, for me, coverage is not important to me personally. Coverage may be important to you, so you may not care for something that has light coverage, but it is buildable. I felt like I got medium coverage from this, but I don't have a lot of skin darkness. I don't have a lot of things that I need coverage to cover up. I more so care about just evening out my skin, and that's kind of what I look for when I'm wearing foundations and skin tints and all those things. So being full coverage, medium coverage, all those things aren't necessarily like the number one thing that I'm looking for. What I am looking for is it to hold up, is it to wear, pretty long. Those are things that are important to me. But I felt like I got medium coverage from this. I kind of like went all over my face. I didn't like squeeze it onto something and then applied it. I applied it directly to my skin. Now, I would say the only 2 things about this that I don't really care for is that it doesn't have SPF. Sometimes it's easier when your product has SPF in it, but I typically wear SPF, so not having SPF isn't really a deal breaker. But I think if you're gonna rock a skin tint, if you're gonna try to go in with a no makeup look, whatever, then you kind of want to have that in the product. Not a deal breaker for me, but I think that would have been an added benefit to this product. The second thing for me is the dewy finish. I personally prefer just a natural or a matte finish. So the fact that it is a little bit more dewy, that's something that I just don't really care for, but it's not a bad thing. I did go in with a mattifying primer, so that is an option for me since I'm not really, feeling the dewiness of the finish. I could do a mattifying primer. I could do a mattifying setting spray. I could set it with a mattifying powder. So there's different ways for me to work around the dewiness that the finish has. But otherwise, I still think a healthy dewy look isn't a bad thing. I just worry about how this will hold up in the heat and the humidity if it's a dewy finish, because most times in that type of climate, you're going for more matte finish products versus dewy, because dewy, heat, humidity, sweating, all those things don't really go together. So that's kind of what I'm concerned about with that. But overall, so far, I really like it. I felt like I got a lot more coverage than I typically would have. Now, I did use this Rare Beauty blush. This is the shade Worth. I forgot that I didn't swatch it for you guys. Oh my God, it feels so good. When they say soft, pinch, bouncy, that it is definitely bouncy. So that is the blush shade in Worth right there. I feel like it's a nice terracotta kind of color. So this is also why I chose this, is because I feel like it would be really pretty for the summertime. So that's why I chose this blush. So loved it. It just gave me a natural wash of color. So definitely enjoyed that. Let's talk about the setting spray. I feel like I need to keep trying this, but I didn't really like the way that it came out. Like, look, it's just like one spray. Maybe I was expecting it to give me like a continuous mist. So that was a little bit different for me, but I'm gonna keep trying this. This is just my first time using it, but I love the Huda Easy Bake collection. And so I was super excited to try that out. Okay, the other products that I tried was the Haus Labs bronzers, and I definitely don't know which color I like more. They both look good. I actually have on both. I went in with Jatoba Sun. I did that in my crease, and I'd use that for my nose contour. I use it on this side right there, and then on the other side I use Redwood. So this is redwood here and on my forehead area. I don't think I'm gonna return one. Like, I bought both of them with the intentions that I'm gonna return one that I don't really like. But I feel like redwood is perfect for the summertime. But I also feel like Jatoba is one that I could use all year round. So yeah, I'm not really sure. They perform very well, but they are also pretty soft and bouncy. They remind me of the Rare Beauty texture, the velvet, soft, bouncy. That's what that color looks like. See that right there? And that is redwood right there on my finger. So yeah. So overall, I'm pretty pleased. Oh my gosh, I'm loving these oils. Thank you, Fenty, for these. These are amazing and they are super pigmented. But right now, my favorite color is the raspberry jam. Oh my God, that is chef's kiss. I love that pink. Very vibrant and everything. So, all right, guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know in the comments, have you tried any of these products? What are your thoughts and what did you love mostly that I used today in today's video? So before you hop off though, thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Would love to have you join the Lady M Beauty family, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.